hands together for the speaker of this particular session, looking at harnessing the power of networking, who is none other than Sarah Karingi.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm Sarah Karingi, and he has given a good description of me. And mostly, the way people know me, I'm the queen of networking, and the reason why I'm the queen of networking in Kenya and Africa is because I'm very passionate about networking. It has helped me change. It has helped me to improve my businesses. And one of the businesses that, of course, was somehow set on fire, and I lost so much. Almost the entire premises went in flames. I also lost machinery, but because of networking, within, say, 4 years, I've been able to rebuild the business. So it is up and running and doing very well. Besides that, I'm running that business very professionally. Now, we are here to talk about business networking. Most people say they know how to network, like I used to do. Yes, we network, but how do we network? Are we professional in what we do? And at times people wonder, why is it that some people get business, others don't? Why is it that some people go for interviews, they pass the interview, and others not? There are certain reasons, and I'll give them to you. Number one, I want us to know. I'll do another presentation, but let me just share a little bit about networking. It is more of giving than receiving. But you realize, as people, at times you get to be selfish. The more you give, the more you receive. What do you give? Someone asked me, Sarah, you tell me to give, but I have nothing to give. But I told the person, you know what? You can give your time, you can give value to somebody, you can share experiences, and you can give ideas. And from that time, she said, yeah, I actually understand, now I can give. The other value about a networker is that they need to be people of integrity. People of integrity keep their word. You don't say something, but then of course when it comes to taking action, you do the opposite. And the other thing is that you have to be liked and you have to be trusted. The other thing is that you have to be as honest as you can. There's somebody here, the first speaker, who talks of giving bouncing checks. If you're a person who keeps on giving bouncing checks, people will not trust you. They will never ever refer you. The other thing is that networkers, professional networkers, smile. And I can tell you one experience I had at KICC, where I went to display some of our products, which are timber products. And one of the people who came there told me, Madam, I have loved your smile, and I would like to get your business card. You can't imagine? That man, after 2 months, gave me business worth 2.5 million Kenya shillings. So what does that mean? That a smile can earn you so much. Don't be stone-faced. There's a girl I met, yes? There's a girl I met, and she was telling me, you know what? I can't smile because when I was young, my mom told me I smile like a crocodile. And then, when she was taken to Mombasa, to Mamba village by the dad, she looked at the crocodile and waited for it to smile. So the question is, how do you smile? That's it's true. And the other thing is that we have to be very keen listeners. As networkers, we have to be as good listeners as we can. You realize most people don't have time to listen to other people. They focus more on themselves. They quickly want to probably just dish out business cards without listening to what the other person is saying. When you are a keen listener, according to Zig Ziglar, this is what he said. If people like you, they will listen to you. But if they trust you, they will give you business. There's no way I can trust you if first I don't give you my ears. So Before I trust you, I have to listen to you, because that way I'll be able to learn about your business. I'll learn about who you are. I'll get interested in knowing probably the challenges that you face in business, and then I'll find out how I can come in and help you. Networkers are selfless people. They focus more on others than themselves. So they always want to help. They have time. They create that time to become selfless and to help others. And what else do they do? Networkers are always networking. There's a quote I'll bring here by Dennis Whitley, who says that if you are not networking, you are not working. So you should always network. Wherever you go, network. And never ever sit next to somebody that you require, because you already know them. So what value they give to you? But what we do, I think we really love our comfort zones. And so what I do, I look across the room, and I look at the person that I know, I sit next to themselves. To them. So the best thing that you can do is to sit next to a stranger, because probably that stranger will be having that key to your success in business and in life. The other virtue about a networker is that they seek for knowledge. I'll give you a small example about myself. Sometimes back, I went to Strathmore University to learn about entrepreneurship. The program they offer is SEDEP, that is a Strathmore Enterprise Development course, and we learned how to run businesses. And that is where we were. There's somebody who came here, and that I think is George Washington, is the first speaker, who asked, how many people are carrying their checkbooks? I used to be that kind of a person. Until I realized, when I went to that class, they told us you should not be carrying your checkbooks. And I had to bring my children on board, and now they're running that business in my absence, and I can go out and network and get business for more people. For the business. Now, the other thing is that networkers come out of their kids. I used to live in many kids. I was not knowledgeable when it comes to matters social media, matters being digital. I was not visible. I used to be so analog. Everything of mine used to be written, until I came out and I learned that I needed to learn about social media. If there's somebody who is so much on social media, when people are criticizing social media at my age, which is me, there's a lady who has told me that she has seen me on Twitter. Another one has seen me on Facebook. Another one has seen my company, Global Networks, on Facebook. And let me tell you, the views are increasing by the day, because there's something I'm adding to people. What she has just told us here, that if there's nothing you can give to people, then you don't know what you're doing, because of course you will not grow. I'm that kind of a person. I share a lot of information. Now, networking will also help you to have business partnerships. I always used to believe that if I have my own business, a construction company, or any business, either by myself and my children, then of course I'm very successful. Until I realized that when I partnered, you can see Okolea there as one of us, and Global Networks Investment, where we have partnered with this organization, Expodium Africa, and I've partnered with many other companies. I didn't know that if I do that, I will grow in terms of money, in terms of knowledge, in terms of saving time. There are benefits of partnering, but of course, you have to partner with the right people. So I've become a director in Okolea. My other co-directors are young people. They are my children. When I sit with them, I hear them say certain things, and I'm like, I don't understand. Please tell me. And they do. And we are doing well, because we are doing online money lending, something which I could not have done if I continue sitting in my office like I used to do before. I've also been appointed to sit in boards. So when people know they can trust you because of your visibility, the companies will be looking for you. Many companies have been looking for me to sit in their boards. And so it means that, of course, networking is super, it is good, and it is important for us to learn how to network. The other benefit of networking is communication and public speaking skills. I could not stand in front of people. I used to fear. But the more I continued talking, the more I continued speaking to people, the more it became to go and talk about business networking, the more I become confident, and the more people have trusted me. Then leadership skills. I didn't know that I could lead business professionals. And since I became a member of an international organization that where members give business to each other, I led a group of 47 business people and professionals. They were looking at me that time I was still analog, but I had to really work very hard to become so digital because I had to key in data on their performance, and that is an organization called BNI, and I've risen within the ranks to the level of director consultant, and in November this year I'll be going to Bangkok for a conference because my performance is good and I'll be going to tell my story. So I really thank God for that. And the other thing is that the more you continue networking, there will be certain opportunities that will be arising for you. I never thought in my life I could ever receive any award. I will not talk about the awards today because of time. If you want to find out more about Sarah Karingi, you go to sarahkaringi.com and you'll be able to see the awards that I have received courtesy of networking. And the other thing that I thank God for is that this year I was able to complete writing my book, which is called Overcoming the Impossible, which is here with me. This book has shared the story of my life. I have shared the story of my life, how I grew up, the challenges I faced, and how I managed to overcome them. So it means that, of course, networking, you keep on raising your standards, you keep on growing and becoming a better person every day. Now, I want to do a small presentation for you because I was told to take only 15 minutes. If you need this presentation, Ruth will share it with you. It's all about networking. I sleep networking, I walk networking, everything about Sarah Karingi is networking. Now, network effectively in an event or even in life, wherever you go. Some of the points that I'm going to put here, practice them. And I can tell you for sure, you find yourselves succeeding. Now, what is networking? It has many definitions, but I came up with this one. It is the art of creating connections, developing them into strong and meaningful relationships, cultivating and maintaining them. How do you do that? I will not explain everything, but what I really love about this is that strong and meaningful relationships. How do you relate with others? Are you one person who is available? Are you one person who is always ready to share information? When you do that, people get interested in you and they always come and help you. This is something that has happened to me, and I can tell you this with authority that it works and works very well. When it comes to cultivating and maintaining relationships, if you meet Sarah Karingi today, do you continue following up? Not of course calling her every day, but do once in a while. Maybe you invite me for an event, maybe there's an opportunity. Do you invite that friend of yours, the person that you have met? Do you do that? So you have to keep on maintaining your friends, the people you meet, and then from there you can imagine what will happen to you. They will always keep on telling you more information, even telling you that, you see, I went somewhere, I saw a business like yours, and I think probably if you tried what I saw, or there's somebody I met, this person can help you grow your business. And then of course the rest will follow. Now, if you are not networking, you are not working. That is by Dennis Waitley. So every time, wherever you go, be you at the bus stop, be you in a train, be you in an aeroplane, please network. I'll tell you, one time I was going to Rwanda for a conference sponsored by KIM. And when I was there, I was seated next to somebody, and I was feeling that probably, should I talk to him or should I not? But I just come from a training where the person who was training us said that when you meet somebody, even if it's in a plane, talk to them. Because probably you could do something together. And indeed, I talked to him. He looked very serious. And then when I engaged him in a conversation, you know what he told me? I've been looking for somebody like you. He's a HR consultant. And then I told him about my business. He told me about his business. I connected him to 5 people. I'm very good at connecting people because once I get to know what you do, I usually connect people. So I connected him to 5 people that continued giving him business. And that time he was building somewhere in a place in Kiambu called Mushroom. And he was looking for someone to supply him with construction materials. So I told him, we are very reliable, and indeed he saw that. So we supplied him with sand, I supplied him with ballast, that is part of one of the businesses that I run. Then after that, I made for him very good frames, and then after that, we went and did the fittings. That house is a very beautiful house. Even the things that I don't supply, he told me, Sarah, I can actually give you more business. And he gave me about 6 more houses to supply to, all because of networking and getting someone in a conversation. Now, 4 ways to be effective in networking. Number 1, you have to do research, you have to pitch better, you have to observe the do's and don'ts, and you have to ask the right questions. How do we do that? Number 1, research. You have to identify beneficial contacts to meet. When you're coming here, probably you saw the speakers. So it was important for somebody, first of all, to go through, maybe the website of the person or his company and try to understand who they are and what they do, such that when you come here, you have time to talk to them. The other thing is that you have to prepare on topics or subject of discussion. So when you meet someone for the first time, after researching on them, it is good always to tell them, wow, I saw you have a very beautiful website, talk positive things about this person. And then what will happen, he will be very interested in you. And I can tell you for sure, even like there are times once in a while, I'll comment positively about somebody's work on social media like LinkedIn or Facebook, and those people keep on searching for me. They tell me, sir, would like to work together with you. Small things, but they make a very big difference. Then you have to prepare yourself psychologically. Now, I don't know how many of you just woke up in the morning and just came here. So in your mind, you knew today was the day we were coming for this event. So you have to be psychologically prepared to come and meet people, to mingle with them, and see how you can partner with them. And that is why I believe whoever is seated here sacrificed their time, their resources, and everything else to come and sit here. So all of you, I believe, are psychologically prepared. Then, know the event requirements. For example, the dress code. That is not something that I can explain. Then the other thing is that search them on Google, look at their company website and blog, look them up on social media, check whether your trusted connection is connected to them as well. Because there are times you go to social media, and probably there are people who are my friends, but when you look at my friends, you see, Sarah's friends are not people you can trust. So maybe even Sarah cannot be trusted. So you have to look at who are my connections. Are they people that can be trusted? If yes, then you go ahead and connect with them as well. Then arrive at an event 30 minutes early. Begin to break the ice and build rapport with other early birds. This will make you relax. You can imagine, if you go to my blog, sarahkaringi.com, there is a story I've given there. When you read, you'll be like, I will never be late for a meeting. So I'm not going to explain more because of time. I can see somebody smiling. Yeah. Then the other thing is that how to pitch better. Your pitch should have the following things. I'm moving a bit fast, an introduction, who you are, your position, and then from there the name of the company, the benefit statement. What is it that you can give to people that will make them interested in what you're doing? The other thing is how your solution addresses a client point. Yeah. So what is it that you are doing that helps people to solve their problems? Washiri has just talked here. You identify a need, a problem somewhere. Is your company solving this problem, or are you a solution provider? The other thing is the hook question. Then a question that reveals if they too are experiencing the pain. For example, if someone is doing cleaning services, and then he knows, of course, we know cockroaches are a main problem in our houses, then probably could say that, have you experienced of late, there are so many bed bugs in homes, or have you experienced homes that are full of cockroaches? Then that way, it means that, of course, someone will psychologically be prepared to give business when you tell them that you have maybe products that can solve that problem. Now, this is an area which I really want to focus on. That is, now we go to the do's. What do you do when you go for networking events? Number 1, you listen actively. I've already shared that. The other one is show interest. You have to put that phone away. I have seen many people, when someone is talking to you, you are busy on the phone. Excuse me. You are meeting a very important person, and what you are doing is that you are so busy on the phone. What will that be doing what do you think will be happening to the other person? He will just automatically disconnect from you. So please put off your phone.